Hello, friends and artists. Mrs. Gordon here. We are going to be doing a piece of art inspired by Mr. Robert Indiana. So before I even knew who Robert Indiana was, I knew about the Love Statue in Philadelphia. So I was aware of his work before I even knew his name. And then I learned a little bit more about him. And one of the things that he really did was his Peace Project initiative. And I liked how he decided to um, spread peace and spread a message about peace with his lettering art, because that's what he's mostly well known for, is making art out of different letters. Um, and sometimes when we're talking about letters, sometimes we're talking about symbols, like the peace symbol. So I loved that, and I thought that that would be a wonderful opportunity for you guys to share your knowledge or your thoughts on the topic of peace. So I'm going to be showing you a couple of different things today, how you could create a piece of art and reimagine a peace symbol. And then also how you could take the word peace and draw pictures, change your letters to add, what brings you peace, or what you think of when you think of peace, or what you think would make someone else feel peaceful. So let's get started. You're going to need something to draw with, like a pencil. You will probably need a marker, maybe, or a dark crayon. You will need maybe an eraser, probably an eraser, and something to add color to your work, like crayons or paint to add color to your work. So let's start off. I'm going to hold my paper horizontally today. You can choose to hold it horizontally or vertically. And I'm going to teach you how to draw a peace sign if you're not aware. And then I'm going to teach you how you can make it a block peace sign. So how you can turn the lines into a shape. And then how you can add to it. So on this one, I'm going to hold a piece of paper horizontally. On this one, I did vertically. But I like the idea of this bird, and I like the idea that a peace symbol like landed on the ground, and then there's this bird looking at it, going, "What the heck?" So I'm going to start by I kind of want to do this again, but maybe with the bird next to the peace symbol. So I'm going to draw the peace symbol on the left side of my paper. So to start with the peace symbol, you just need a circle. I don't want to make it too big because I still want to make it into a shape. So I'm just going to make a circle. I'm not worried too much about making it perfect. It was just looking a little flat on that one side. If you are interested in trying to make like a perfect circle, you could always start off with some sort of circle tracer, like a jar or a cup or a paper plate are good ways to trace circles, or the tops of like peanut butter jars or things like that. Then a peace symbol is, once you have the circle drawn, there's a vertical line that goes from the top to the bottom. And there are two diagonal lines that come down. And that's how your peace symbol is made. And it kind of reminds me of a bird's foot, right? And how we sometimes draw bird's feet. Now, that's the basic peace symbol, and you could certainly go with that. But if you wanted to make it more of a shape like I did here, you can do a couple of things. So you can make the inside, you can see the shape right here. I could go around the inside and make a smaller version of that shape. And I'll do that on each of the shapes. So it's like a little pizza shape. And then if I erase that inside line, now I have more of a shape. If I want to make it bigger, I could draw another circle on the outside and erase this inside circle. And now that's how I have a big peace sign. And I really find birds to be very peaceful, and I feel very peaceful when I'm looking at birds. So I think I'm going to add another bird to this, and maybe it's like, what would be cute is if I had done it this way and I had the bird sitting on top of it, if I'd made the peace sign like this, and the bird sitting on top of it like it's like an egg on a nest. That might be one that I do next. But this one, I think I was just going to do a background behind it, a horizon line, like the peace sign just kind of landed on the ground somewhere. And then I'm going to draw a little bird looking at it like, what are you doing here? And then there are my little bird feet, like the peace sign feet. You could turn your peace sign into a flower. You could add hearts to your peace sign. You could, really it's up to your imagination. What do you want? What brings you peace? What peaceful message do you want to send to people? Another option, if you didn't want to do a peace sign, is you could do the word peace. And you could, with your lettering art, add different things to the peace letter or draw pictures around the words. You don't have to change your letters into different pictures like I have here. But for this one, I added a nest to the top of my letter P and added a bird, because like I said, birds bringing peace, flowers, trees. I didn't know where I was going with this. I added this part first, and then I thought it looked like a clown, and then I thought, people, clowns don't bring a lot of people peace. So then I added I changed the letter A into a tree, because tree, and then this kind of made me think of like giving somebody a hug. So I drew the heart first, and then I drew the hands, and then looking at the stars at night makes me feel peaceful. So that's why I added that. So you can either add things inside of your letters. You could add things on the outside of your letters. You could draw pictures around your letters. It's really up to you to talk about what peace brings to you. I am going to just show you again how you can do bubble and block letters if you want. So the word peace has 5 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to find the middle letter, and I'm going to start with that one. I'm going to write the A. And then I'm going to come up with my design. Like for this one, I just did them in order, like centered in the center of the page. But for this one, I think I want it to look like it's kind of falling. Okay, so I draw my letters lightly first, and then I go all the way around the outside of my letters. And you can do this bubble style or block style, and all the way around the inside of each of the letters. And that turns that line letter into a shape. So all the way around, it's almost like your line letter has a force field, keeping your pencil from getting close to that line. Like if you've ever tried to push 2 magnets together and you've got the wrong side and they won't push. So you have to think about your pencil going all the way around. I can't get it any closer to that line. And maybe I got a little close here, but that's okay. I can go behind it. And this kind of turned into a bubble and a block, but I kind of like it. All the way around your line letter. And then you erase the line on the inside. And then, like I said, you can turn the letters into different things. You can add patterns inside of the letters. You can add shapes on the outside of letters or draw pictures. You could, if I made these bubbles, I could turn these into balloons, I guess, and have them floating if I made them bubble letters. Just round them off to make them. And I could think about, like like the letters, the peace letters floating up into the sky, and I could add clouds behind them. Like I could imagine peace as being very floating up. So I just added that little part of the balloons. Could even add a little gathered part right here. I would definitely want to turn this into a bubble letter, round off the corners then on that one. So your letters could be doing something like they are here. They could be turned into something like they are here. You could make a symbol. You could make a word. It's really about thinking about the word peace, what it means to you, how you would want to share a peaceful message with others, what's peaceful to you, what does that word mean to you, and, have fun with it. Let your mind go. Get creative. Can't wait to see what you make, friends and artists. Remember, when you're done drawing, you can outline if you want to, and then you should add some color to your work. Either I did crayons first, and then I painted over for these two. But I can't wait to see what you make. Happy art making, friends.